Good morning, class 9 students. Welcome back to the e-classes now. We are doing history. Pastoralist in the modern world. Pastoralist means the people who graze animals. And in this modern world, what kind of life they spend? Or are they here in this modern world? Do we find this kind of pastoralist? We have talked about things. In our previous class, we have talked about the pastoralists of Jammu and Kashmir. They are known as Gujjar and Bakarwals. Their life and movement is based on calculations for how long they have to graze their animals in certain areas, where they will find the water for their animals. So their movement and life is based on calculation, and they are expert. They have been doing this for years and years and years, and they know exactly for how long they have to stay in one area and keep on moving and stay there for some time. Again they move on, and where to find the water and where to find good grasses for their animals. So they are quite experienced because they were doing this for years and years and years. That was their life. So now we will talk about in the mountains. We'll talk about another area of Himachal Pradesh. In our previous class we have talked about Jammu and Kashmir, about Gujjar and Bakarwals, the pastoralists who graze their animals and live their life. Now we'll talk about in the Gaddi shepherd. Now here another name, Gaddi. The Gaddi shepherd of Himachal Pradesh. In Himachal Pradesh also you will find pastoralists who graze their animals in the mountains. Himachal Pradesh had a similar cycle of seasonal movement. After all, they also graze their animals in the mountains. It will be the same according to the season, winter and summer. In winter, when the snow falls, they will move down. Slowly they move down. And by the time they reach down, it will be summer. And again, they keep on moving upwards. So same thing. They had a similar cycle of seasonal movements like Gujjar and Bakarwal of Jammu Kashmir. Number 2, they also spend their summer in the low hills, Shivalik range, with their herd, with their animals. They come down slowly. They do not move very fast. They move slowly, graze their animals in certain areas for some time, and when the grass is about to finish, they move down again, then they stay for a few days, again they move down in this way. By April, again they move upward. The same cycle was there. By April, once the low hills experience summer, they keep on moving, because sheep do not bear, they do not tolerate heat. They have got a thick coat. They do not tolerate heat. They have to be moved up. So by April they move upward and spend the summer in Lahul and Spiti. These two areas, Lahul and Spiti, is in the middle of their path. While coming down, they stop in Lahul and Spiti, spend some time there, and again move down. And while going up, again they reach Lahul and Spiti and they stay there. Why these two places are mentioned over here, and I have underlined also. Why these two places are so important for them? Because here they plant the crop while their animals graze. While their animals graze, they plant the crops. They have cleared the land and they have built a small thatched huts to stay for some time. That's not permanent, temporary houses. They stay there, not permanently. They stay there and grow the crops, sow the crops, and they move down. By the time they move up, they reach Lahul and Spiti, and by the time the crop will be ready for harvesting. They harvest the crop, again they sow the seeds and they move up. While coming down, again the crop will be ready. So you see that they won't have any shortage of food grains. Food grain means not like rice and wheat. They grow maize, potatoes, and fruits, vegetables. And these are. So By April, they move upward and spend the summer in Lahul and Spiti. The two places are quite important. Not like Gujar and Bakarwal. Gaddis are quite different. They grow crops also in the middle, on the way. Gujar Bakarwal, they do not grow their crops. That's the difference between Gujar Bakarwal and Gaddi Shepherd. Gaddi Shepherd of Himachal Pradesh are very hard, industrious people, hard working people. They plant their crop while their animals graze for some days. By September, they come down. After sowing the seed, they come down grazing their animals. And by September, while going up, and by April again they come up, sow their crops and go. By September, as the winter sets in the high mountains, when the snow starts falling, by September as the winter sets in, they move downwards, again they come down. For winter grazing ground, during winter they come down, that's a winter grazing ground, and summer it's on top, just the opposite. Summer they will go up, that's a summer grazing ground, and down that's a winter grazing ground. For winter grazing ground and reach Lahul and Spiti. While they are coming down, they reach Lahul and Spiti. These two areas. And here they reap summer harvest because they are planted before during summer. Then they come down and they harvest the crop and sow their winter crop. And they sow their winter crop while going up during winter. They harvest the crop. Summer harvest and sow their winter crop as they come down. By April, again they move upward and reach that place and again harvest the crop and again sow the crop. By April, they move upward and on the way they reap the harvest and sow again as they move up. So every time they reach here, they sow the crop. First they harvest the crop and they sow the seeds. So in this way, they will not have any shortage of grains. Grains means maize, especially in the mountain, maize, millets, they grow. So their cycle of movement goes on and on every year like this, and even their children are expert. Their children know exactly which path to take, where to find water, where to find good grasses, pasture land. They know exactly. They are well trained, so their life goes on like this. This is the life cycle of the pastoralists of the mountains. So now this you can read this up, you can go through your book as well, and don't waste your time. Many of the students are wasting their time. I don't think they are watching the video and they are taking it very easy. Don't take it too easy now. You have to study, you have to build a career, you have to make a career. So now study regularly at home. I would like to advise you, don't waste your time. You have the book, you must go through it always and be ready. So you must be very competitive. Life is not easy, you know it very well. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class, and thank you for watching the video. That's all. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.